On this episode of the Turnbuckle, he's back. He's back. We're doomed. I tell you, we're doomed. AEW's new set fails to bring in new viewership, and who might buy WWE if Vince McMahon sells it, folks? We're getting your favorite wrestling movie to some wrestling news because it is time for the Turnbuckle. A Friday SEC filing confirmed that former WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon is officially back on the company's board of directors, with 3 existing seat holders ousted and 2 others resigning. This follows Thursday's news by the Wall Street Journal that McMahon was plotting his return to WWE in order to pursue a sale and be involved in the company's upcoming media rights deals. McMahon resigned as both chairman and CEO in July 2022 in the wake of a board investigation into multiple hush fund payouts to women who alleged sexual misconduct. News broke in December that he was looking to make his return to the company amid the feeling he got bad advice that resulted in his resignation. At 10 a.m. Eastern Friday, WWE issued a press release in which they said they welcome McMahon's return and are looking forward to, quote, exploring all strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Today, we announced that the founder of WWE, Vince McMahon, will be returning to the board, said Chairwoman and co-CEO Stephanie McMahon, co-CEO Nick Khan, and Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque. We also welcome back Michelle Wilson and George Barrios to our board of directors. Together, we look forward to exploring all strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. As Vince McMahon stated yesterday, WWE has an exceptional management team in place, and I do not intend for my return to have any impact on their roles, duties, or responsibilities. From the filing, McMahon expects to assume the role of executive chairman of the board, and included McMahon's rationale for his decision issued via a press release and went through his timeline of communication with the board that put this into motion. Based on correspondence from the board dated December 27, 2022, and following conversations with representatives of the issuer both before and after the reporting person's most recent letter on December 31st, 2022, the reporting person determined, consistent with his rights as controlling stockholder, that the actions he has taken are necessary to maximize value for all of the issuer's stockholders. These actions will enable unified decision-making through the issuer's upcoming media rights negotiations and a parallel full review of the issuer's strategic alternatives, which the reporting person believes is the right course of action and in the best interest of the issuer and the issuer's stockholders in the midst of the current dynamics in the media and the entertainment industry. There's way more to the article, way more. You can go on F4W online if you want to read more. I don't really think you guys want to sit here and listen to me dyslexically read through the entire excerpts and stuff like that. So if you want to go look at that, you're more than welcome to. But okay, so at first, I started the episode pretty harrowingly saying we're doomed. Okay, it sounds like 2 things. One, he's not going to be like, you know what I'm saying, and all that, you know what I mean? WWE did say they don't want him to come back, and if you read, WWE was like, listen, don't worry, we're trying to figure this out so that it doesn't completely bone our stocks, okay? We're trying to figure this out. He was like, I need to be the one to oversee everything while it's happening. And he said something along the lines of like, I want to be the one to make sure that like all the right decisions are being made and stuff like that. So that's pretty much why he wanted to come back. That's pretty much it. Look, all I can really say about this is that it doesn't sound as bad as I feel like some people are making it seem. Okay, so until Vince McMahon starts like firing people, and I don't mean like people have to leave their position just so he can come back. I mean like Vince is just like he's grating cheese. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not like that, as long as he's not, get out of here, Triple H. Get out of here, Stephanie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As long as he's not doing any of that, then we're perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that starts happening, okay, then we can start like, bro, we could just start freaking out, okay? Just flip stuff, throw all of your documents into a big unbranded cardboard box and get out of here, okay? Next, the debut of a new look fails to increase viewership for AEW Dynamite. Unfortunately, Dynamite numbers continued their downward trend, albeit with a slight decrease. WrestleNomics reported that Wednesday night's episode reeled in an average total viewership of 864,000, which is down 14% 14% compared to 1 year ago. In the key 18 to 49 demographic, the show received a .26 rating, a 7% decrease from last week. In addition, the program ranked 4th in cable originals, behind the coverage of 2 NBA basketball games and SportsCenter on ESPN. AEW brought a new look to Dynamite. The show redesigned its visual elements, match cards, and even its intro video. AEW also get a new set design, departing from its 2-tunnel stage to a primarily LED screen presentation. I don't like the new set. I don't like it. I was so looking forward to seeing it, to see how it was going to look, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, they got rid of the set. The OG set had a lot of nicely different pieces to it. You had the weird slat cylinder guy, right? Then under that you had the LED, then you had the face tunnel, and then you had the heel tunnel, and then you had the 2 LEDs above it on the side of the cylinder guy, and then you had the ramp and everything. And now you've just got LED, 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 LED. You know what I'm saying? It's just oh my god. I know without even thinking about it that there's people out there that like the set. That's fine. You're allowed to whatever you want. There's people who like the Cowboys, and I think they're absolute fucking morons, but they're allowed to like the Cowboys, okay? There's nothing wrong. There is something wrong with you, okay? You gotta go get checked out. But that's, again, neither here nor there. You're allowed to like the set, okay? And we're just gonna leave it at that. You're allowed to like what you like. Finally, who might buy WWE if Vince McMahon puts it up for sale? PW Insider recently shed light on Vince McMahon's possible decision to sell WWE. Possible interested buyers who might acquire WWE if Vince McMahon puts it up for sale were also discussed. Companies like NBC Universal, Fox, and Disney are all apparently in the mix of possibilities. NBC Universal, owned by Comcast, has always been the most likely company to me. In addition to having the USA Network, they also have Peacock. They also have NBC, which could become the home of pay-per-view broadcasts and other special events as it gets harder for networks to get eyes on programming. Also, by purchasing the WWE, they would have control of the asset. They would choose who ran it and how they did so. They would also have control of how it would air and the cost of doing so built right in. Fox is also someone I am sure that WWE would reach out to, as is Disney. The buyer that makes the most sense has the most important thing the WWE needs: a place to air the product. NBC seems like the most likely candidate just because, bro, WWE's been with NBC USA Network for years and years. Okay, this is dating back to the 80s, not a long time. I don't know for sure, but I know it's a long time. Okay, I know they've been on the USA Network for quite some time now. Doesn't Disney Plus have ESPN? So they've got that going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why I've got this weird feeling that WWE is gonna turn into Yo Gabba Gabba all of a sudden. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I will say this. I think, do you remember on the first episode of TNA? And they were doing it out of Orlando studios or something like that, and they had Popeye show up for Shark Boy randomly, right? I've got this weird sense, you know how they're doing the pitch black match, Jesus, for Mountain Dew and stuff. I feel like we're gonna have more of that going on. You know what I'm saying? With the Mandalorian's gonna show up. You know what I mean? We're gonna have some sort of Harry Potter guy, pop in and do his magic and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think that that's exactly what's going to happen, right? But I feel like we're going to have that. That could potentially happen. If Disney ends up buying WWE. What do we talk about, folks? So he's back. He is back and better than ever, okay? Oh, man. Well, that was inevitable, to be honest with you. That was inevitable. It doesn't sound like he's going to be making any drastic changes or anything, though. I think he just wants to be back. Just to sort of he wants to hold on to the wheel as it is drifting down the road so it doesn't veer off to the side and hit a cactus or something. That's pretty much it. And then AEW's viewership didn't go up because, they thought it would because they changed the set and everything. And although a wee bit sad, it's also to be expected because the set doesn't really look that good. And also AEW can't really get over the million mark that well anyway, unless they do something absolutely unhinged, so again, it's a mixture of things. But again, I don't like the set. You're allowed to like the set. It's perfectly fine. And finally, again, NBC Universal could definitely be the one to pick up WWE, and if not, Fox seems again like a wonderful candidate, and if not Fox, then Disney seems like a wonderful candidate. And I was gonna say, ooh, but who else could do it? Well, Can you imagine if TBS bought WWE? That would be the greatest thing in the world. I don't think that would happen because it would just be the worst. But man, can you, bro, in a multiverse theory, right? If that exists, can you imagine if that happened? Oh man. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs all around.